Going on, everyone? Welcome to this, I should say, special edition of Matchup Madness. We made it, guys. We made it a full season. Here we go, the Super Bowl. We got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, this feels like, I don't know, it feels like kind of both you guys kind of been tottering around the Super Bowl the past few years. So, what I'm saying? This ain't like nothing new for either one of y'all, but, so we'll get right into it. We got my boy Lamar representing the Chiefs. We got
Yes,
my
sir.
girl Sierra representing the Eagles.
The
Bird
Eagles
gang nation.
diva.
Bird gang. What's good?
And we got Cool in the background gloating, so I'm sure he probably go jump on.
Hey, Cedric, man, I feel like I'm about to get tag team because I already know how my man Cool get down
No,
when he
sir.
be talking about the Migos, man.
No, sir. This is strictly you guys discussing the game. I'm zipping my mouth and I'm doing my job today.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate y'all having me.
For sure,
Nah,
for sure.
so yeah, man. Appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching us. You guys out there that have been following us what I'm saying, throughout the season. It's been up and down, but I kind of feel like at least in my opinion, like this is what, one of the outcomes we kind of saw coming out of the season. So not really surprised. We'll go ahead and what I'm saying, kind of jump right into it. Um, I mean, this is the Super Bowl, so I don't even think I should have to come with any questions. I think what I'm saying, I can kind of turn it over to you guys, and we can kind of hear what you guys are hoping to see out of your team, or hoping to not see the other team do. So, you know what I'm saying. I guess we can start with the challenger. I guess that'd be the Chiefs, right? You know.
I mean, I don't know. I guess Kiss is an NFC home game. I guess we'll go
Yeah.
ahead with the visitors first. So it's all
Yeah.
good. But man, with the Kansas City Chiefs, man, obviously the biggest thing was, how's this offense going to look? Tyreek Hill, one of the most dynamic players. He's gone. He got his money. As a Kansas City Chief representative, hey, we wish the brother well. You did your thing for 6 years, helped us get a ring a couple of years ago. You got your bread, you got what you wanted. But to me, there was no question about how good this offense was going to be because, I mean, there's no secret. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is different. He's a bad dude at quarterback. I mean, he's a freak of nature. He's doing things at the quarterback position that you don't see. This dude is literally playing baseball as a quarterback. I mean, this dude is doing the angles that he's throwing at are ridiculous. He's starting a trend. I like to compare him to almost the Steph Curry of the NFL, doing some stuff that, you know, is a trend setting type of performance that people want to emulate, and only he can, do that thing in his sleep. But uh, but let's be honest, you benefit from going to a great situation with Andy Reid as a great coach. Obviously, y'all know Andy Reid real well. I mean, there's no secret there. So going into the Super Bowl, especially with this matchup, that's one thing that scares me. There's a lot of familiarity amongst everybody. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Philly knows Andy. Andy knows Philly. Obviously, Sirianni used to coach on them. He's using that as his little chip on his shoulder. Oh, Andy fired me. I want my revenge. So it's cool. You got that, but it's literally the matchup that can this defense of Philly, which does scare me. I mean, obviously, y'all get after it. Y'all get after the quarterback. Y'all led the league in sacks. Um, that's one thing that for sure I'm worried about. And then on the offensive side of Philly, that really scares me is, man, what what happens if y'all get that running game going? That opens up everything else. At that point, is pretty much a floodgate. If you get the running game going, you start rushing for almost 200 yards. AJ Brown about to have a field day. I don't care who covering him. If y'all get the running game going, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. But I always got faith because this PM15 on that other side. That's the gunslinger, and you know I'm looking at Travis Kelce to have a big game because we got some injuries at the wide receiver position. I know Juju say he gonna play. Kadarius Toney say he gonna play. Well, you should. It's the Super Bowl. You ain't got nothing else to really do for the rest of the season. I mean, so um, if Travis Kelce can't get going, that scares me because is MVS going to step up again like he did against Cincinnati? I mean, had a hell of a game, 6 catches, a buck in change, had a TD. He's going to have to show up again, and Travis Kelce's just going to have to keep proving up why he's one of the best in the league. I'm also I'm also looking at that defensive line, man. I got one of the best offensive lines. I mean, come on, man. Especially interior. Chris Jones got to get off. Chris Jones got to get off.
I was gonna ask you who you thought needed to be impact players, but it sounds like you said Travis Kelce on the offensive side, and then you jumped over to Jones on the defensive side.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Jones is probably gonna get off. So with that being said, if Kelce doesn't get off, you know what I'm saying? Do you think Kansas City has a running game to kind of keep them in it if it becomes a dogfight?
I love what Isaiah Pacheco and Jarrett McKinnon are doing as that little duo. Obviously, you're not going to have McCole Hardman. He just went to the IR with the pelvis, but you activate Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and you talking about a guy that needs a moment to prove that he's not a first round bust. You don't go in the first round and get running backs like that no more. He's one of the last ones that you got in the first round, and he's in the league. He's kind of have moments, but he's also showing some durability issues. So I'm pretty sure he wants to show that I was worth that first round and I could help the team win and because there's already rumor he might not even be on the team next year. So hey, he needs to use this as an interview, interview for possibly other teams. Unless you gonna take a hell of a discount to stay in championship contention, that's up to him. But with McKinnon, he's good as a receiving back and screens. That's going to be important because y'all pass rush. That's the best way to slow y'all down. Got to hit you with some screens and use that as an extension of the running game. But I, your rush defense for Philly kind of been about a middle of the road for the most of the season, and so that leaves pretty much to me like a coin flip whether they'll have success or not. But we'll see.
It seems like a lot
I
to
like
hope
our
on.
interior.
That seems like a lot to hope on, but
Yeah, but I mean,
I feel you.
just as good as your interior linemen are all pro. I like our interior linemen too. This is what's crazy about this Super Bowl. There's a lot of things that mirror each other on both these teams. It's really going to come down to mistakes, quite honestly.
Yeah, and then so running off that, Sierra, I mean Lamar kind of covered most of it. I mean, I guess what you could do, but what are you expecting to see out of the Eagles?
I'm expecting to see the run defense. I mean, the run. Of course, they're gonna run the ball. I expect to see us run the ball with all three running backs that we have. I expect to see Devontae and AJ Brown get off, possibly Pascal get off because Kansas City does have two rookie cornerbacks. So I do expect those two to take advantage of that. As far as defense goes, I really expect to see what we saw against San Fran. I believe Hassan Reddick is going to have another fire game. So that's go. You got to watch out for him. You got to watch out for Maddox. You got to watch out for Slay. You got to watch out for CJ, GJ. All these boys that I named are locked in, and I really feel like they can really handle Patty Mahomes because he is very mobile, and that's one thing about Patrick Mahomes. He's a very good quarterback. He's a very good mobile quarterback, and he also has a very good throwing arm, and he knows how to get certain plays off, short plays, long plays. He know how to get them off. I don't care in what position he is in, especially just seeing that man go through a high sprain ankle injury for 2 weeks in a row and still get out there and be able to run around. A lot of people can't do that because a high sprain, ankle sprain is something. It's serious. Like it takes a while to heal from that. And watching him get out there and really brave those elements and be able to move in the pocket, being immobile, we definitely got to watch out for that as far as our D goes. So Gannon definitely has to make a lot of adjustments and make sure that the D is sound on the pass game and even the running game because Pacheco is a beast. Like he is a beast. We also got to watch out for Scanley because Scanley was out there balling. So you can't forget about him. Even if Travis can't get going, you still got to worry about Scanley. So um, we have been able to shut down a lot of like number one wide receivers in our past few games that we've had. So I do expect us to do that. But I just expect it to be a good game all around. It's going to come down to mistakes and fumbles and who can hold on to the ball. And honestly, it's really going to come down to coaching. It's going to really come down to these two coaches because you got Andy Reid, you got Nick Sirianni. I really don't think Sirianni has a chip on his shoulder. I just think that, he wants to go out here and be the best he can be for this team because he has brought this team a very long way within a year. We played together and we are family. It's not just football for us. It's a family thing for real, for real. And that makes a difference. So it's really going to be on Sirianni not letting Andy Reid get in his head. To me, that's what it's really going to come down to is the coaching and clock management because we know how Andy Reid and Sirianni can be with clock management. So clock management is going to be the key to this game.
Boy, clock manager, boy, you made me have some flashbacks when you said that.
So I got a question I'd like to ask you both.
Mhm.
So, and this is regards to the other team, right? So, for you, Lamar, who you think is the most dangerous player for you to watch out for on offense and defense on the Eagles? That one player, and then for you, Eagles Diva, the same thing for the Chiefs.
Mm. Um, on defense, low key, which I'm shocked that New Orleans just pretty much gave him away for pretty much like a pack of sardines. Man, CJ Gardner Johnson to me is an absolute dog. I the moment y'all got him in that trade and what y'all gave up, I'm like, what? I was looking around like, well, Brett Veach, if that's what the Eagles got CJ for, then yeah, I would love to have him in Kansas City. Like, come on now, but understand, gotta pay him after this year, gotta pay him.
Oh yeah.
But so I'm definitely looking at him because to me he makes a difference in your secondary. Um, he's sneaky good at baiting quarterbacks into certain throws that you shouldn't make because I've seen him do it a million times, bait Tom Brady into all kind of interceptions. And next thing you know, he's taking the ball the other way. I'm definitely looking out for him. And honestly, on offense, I'm actually going to say your front five, your O line as a unit, is going to be the X factor. Um, if you neutralize Chris Jones for sure, you're going to have to double him. Let's just be honest. Um, you shut him down. You shut down Karlaftis. You shut down Frank Clark, and they're not getting to Jalen Hurts. That's trouble. I because leaving my secondary out there with a whole bunch of rookies to cover AJ Brown, uh, cover Devontae, cover Goddard. Come on, Sanders come out the backfield trying to catch footballs. Gainwell, no, if y'all front five dominate, it's a done deal. Y'all might as well go ahead and start planning y'all parade in Philly, man. For real.
So for me, on offense, it would have to be Patrick Mahomes, just because like he's so good at what he does. He's good at baiting players to think he's going to throw it one way, and he throws the complete opposite, and then they run in for 30, 40, 50 yards, or he throw it for a 30, 40-yard catch. And then I would have to say definitely Chris Jones on the defense. We definitely got to watch out for Chris Jones when it comes to Jalen Hurts and making sure, especially when he decides to go out of the pocket and run, because we know we will see Jalen run. Hopefully not as much, but we will see him run. So you definitely got to watch out for Chris Jones. So to me, those are my top two.
Okay, okay. So you guys have kind of touched on this a little bit, but just to directly get your thoughts on it. So, what is the preferred game plan that you'd want to use to neutralize what the other team does the best? Does the best?
Uh, man, the Chiefs, missed that dynamic one hit play coming from Tyreek. So what they done all season is get to 11, 12 plays in the drive, eat up 6, 7 minutes and get in the end zone. When the Chiefs do that and pretty much kill you by 1,000 cuts, it's unstoppable because that keeps Jalen Hurts on the sideline, keeps AJ Brown on the sideline, tires your defense out, and that in turn gets our running game going. You who wants to tackle Pacheco in the fourth quarter and we dog shit tired? Yeah, have fun with that. So if the Chiefs just that's my preferred method. Just go ahead, cut them by and kill them by 1,000 cuts. Just do what got you here. Y'all not the 1, 2 play 85-yard team no more. That's not y'all. I mean that's what got Patrick Mahomes to another 5,000-yard season. You know, it's literally just dissect, but he got to get that ball out quick because that pass rush is coming.
For us, I would say running the ball. We definitely got to run the ball. And when Jalen Hurts can run, if not, slang that mug when you can, when you see open. But definitely keep our run game going and do some short passes, some dunk and dings, some middle of the field passes to Dallas Goddard. I think that just switching it up like we have and not keeping the same tempo or the same playbook is what's really going to determine whether we can win or not.
Like that.
Okay, okay.
Well, see, yeah,
Say
you
it, babe.
your stuff.
Oh
You know
yeah,
your.
been to
Oh,
Philly
you be
fans
on
since I
it.
was 6, and I'm 36.
Hey,
You hear me?
you be over there. Ah,
Nobody
no, I love
Hey,
it.
say any other questions, man?
Nah, man. Kelsey Bowl,
Kelsey
Andy
Bowl.
Reid Bowl.
Yeah,
How many other connections y'all got?
man.
Sirianni and Reed.
Sirianni
Yeah,
and
it's too
Reed.
many. It's too
Yeah,
many.
too many.
Yeah, it's a lot. I will say one thing that I like, man, was when the Eagles players got there on Tuesday. Andy Reid came out, greeted the players, talked to the players. You still see a lot of the love a lot of those guys have, in that locker room for Andy Reid.
Hmm.
Um, and I say this as an Eagles fan, real talk. I have to appreciate. Now, I will preface this by saying I can't stand Andy Reid because he couldn't win a championship in Philly,
Oh, of
right?
course, of
So I'm,
course.
I'm, I'm gonna keep it 100 on that. But I appreciate the fact that without him, we would not have won a Super Bowl because he's the one that recommended Doug Peterson to be the head coach, and that's the guy that took us to and won us a Super Bowl. So I have to appreciate that for Andy Reid, and clearly he still has a lot of respect from a lot of the players in our locker room.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to ask Eagles Diva a question. I know you talked a lot about Mahomes early in your talk earlier, but Eagles Diva, what do you feel like we're gonna get from our MVP candidate? We'll find out Saturday if he wins it or not. I don't believe he is, but at least he's nominated. And Jalen Hurts. What do you feel like he's going to need to do in order to be successful in this game? And just talk a little bit about what he's done this season.
I just think Jalen needs to keep the same mind frame that he's had this whole season, which is he know that there is something bigger out there, and he has worked so hard to get to where he's at. I mean, really, besides Patty Mahomes, Jalen Hurts is probably the next best QB that's going to be in the NBA. I mean, in the NFL. And so just watching him grow from, I mean, because if you think about it, Jalen went from Alabama to Oklahoma to Philly. And so a lot of people were saying, "Oh, he can't read the defense, and he's not gonna be Michael Vick. He's not gonna be your Donovan McNabb." And for that boy to go in and in 1 year learn how to read the defense, learn how to better officiate the offense, learn how to get the ball out a lot faster, learn how to slide and run when he's supposed to. Just his football IQ went from like maybe 100 to 1,000 in a year, and I think it has a lot to do with Nick Sirianni just believing in him, because he really believed in him. Lurie believed in him. Howie believed in him. Even when we had Carson and Carson was starting, like, they knew that Jalen Hurts was something special. And so when you have a support team like that that really believes in you, I think that that is what helped Jalen excel to where he's at now. And then just his mind frame, like, he has mentally prepared himself for this game, because this ain't NFL is not, it's not a little boys game. Like, it is really a grown man game, and it's a mental game on top of that. And if your mental ain't there, you ain't gonna be nothing. So for him to switch his mental game to the mind frame that it is, and just hearing him speak, like, all of his quotes, you be like, dang, like,
Yeah.
whoo, like, he take you to church. So I think that his mind frame, honestly, is really what's gonna get Jalen a ring, whether it be this year, which it's gonna be this year. But regardless, Jalen gonna get a ring, because I mean, you can't knock what he has done. You can't knock the talent that he has brought to Philadelphia and how he has excelled in a year, in 1 year.
Hey, he's the best quarterback in the NFC East for sure. You can make the debate. He's the best quarterback in NFC. Right now, I don't see another quarterback in the NFC that I would put over Jalen Hurts. Uh, but you look at all the things that he's been through, like Eagles Diva said, going back to Alabama and the situations he had to deal with Tua, and then he transfers, and then he goes to Oklahoma, and then goes in the second round to the Eagles. I mean, the dude is like every level he's got doubters, and it's I don't know how you do not like Jalen Hurts. Like it's you literally have to be the most evilest and black-hearted people not to love Jalen Hurts. Like, for real. Like, how do you not love this dude and what he stands for? Like, this is a dude of character, morals. He comes from a coach's son, and
Yep.
it's literally all the so-called qualities that they love to place on the typical prototype of what a quarterback is, but he's not your prototypical quarterback. And so, media wise, he don't get the love like your prototypical quarterback. And it's
True.
crazy because this dude, say what you want, he's a winner, bro. He wins. And you see and this is what's crazy about, like, I said it before earlier in the show, but all the similarities between these two teams. We got two quarterbacks that literally are the engines of these teams. Like,
And that's where I actually wanted to go next, Mars. I wanted you to talk to us
man,
about Mahomes. But before that, I just wanted to say one thing. The quote that has stuck in my mind the most that Jalen Hurts said was "Hungry dogs run faster."
mm,
But then when we got to the NFC Championship game and won that, then he said starving dogs are even more dangerous.
mm,
So I love, as Eagle D was saying, the quotes that he makes, what he talks about. I just love the way he relates it and makes you be like, mm. But enough about Hurts. It's a guy we talk about him all night. But talk to us about Mahomes, man, because he's another guy that is the other half of this crazy that it took until 2023 for it to
23
happen.
to get two black
Two black
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks starting in the Super Bowl.
Man, and let's be honest. NFL, I don't know if you ain't ready for it. Well, you better get ready for it because there's a movement at your quarterback position, your most prized position that you dearly coveted, that was just relinquished by Tom Brady a couple of days ago. That throne is up for the grabs, and more than likely is going to be a very melanated brother sitting in that throne. And I don't know if you're ready for it, but you better get ready for it because even that's the mold of the quarterback position.
Right.
Josh Allen ain't nothing but a light skinned Cam Newton.
Right.
With better arm. Yeah.
Well, we have better arm. Okay,
Yeah.
better arm and accuracy. Trust me, you're not gonna get no debate from me. I can go all day about debating why I can't. Never mind. Anyway, that's for another show, another time.
Absolutely.
But you see, that's the movement of the quarterback position. You got to be mobile. You have to. You have to have some ounce of mobility, and both Mahomes has enough mobility. Hurts has more. Obviously you go up to the level of Lamar Jackson, so on and so forth. There's levels to mobility, but you better have some. You better have some. Because Tom Brady, who just retired, that's a Stone Age quarterback. If you are a stuck in cement, if you are a pocket passer stuck in cement, and you can't mobile and move out the quarterback or get out the pocket because it's crashing down on you, and these defensive ends are getting faster, the defensive tackles are getting faster. So you're dealing with defenses that only sit in four. Ain't a lot of teams ain't blitzing like that no more.
Safety's coming after you now.
Yeah, right off the edge. But they're still only sending four. So the fact of the matter is, if you are not mobile, you are a dying breed. That whole era of quarterback, Tom Brady was the last one. It's gone. They gone. All of them. It's a new breed, and it's great to see. And you can't. To me, you got the ultimate ones on both sides of the conference representing for this to happen in such a historic moment. I mean, to me, you can't get no better than Mahomes and Hurts as representing the two first black quarterbacks. Gets no better than this.
Any thoughts, 𝐿𝐶_DIVA?
No, I mean he accurate. Like that's what it is. It's about to be running game. It's about to be a bunch of black quarterbacks. So NFL, get ready. You don't want us to own the NFL teams and be GMs, but guess what? We're gonna take some. We're gonna take some. So might as well be the quarterbacks. Yeah.
Right.
It's a prize position. It's the quarterback position. It's a prize possession, and it I don't know if the NFL are ready for it, but it's pretty much
it's here.
taken. It's here now.
Yeah. Get ready. It's here.
Yeah, whether they want it or not, it's definitely coming. So, 𝐿_CDIVA, did you have any final thoughts on Mahomes or any final thoughts about this game?
It's gonna be a good game. Like I said, it's gonna come down to coaching and clock management, and who has the less mistakes. That's what it's gonna come down to. And hopefully, it's the Eagles. Third game all day. Let's go.
Hey, I hear you, 𝐿_CDIVA. Hey, I'm the same way. It's because there's so many similarities, and how these teams pretty much marry each other. I mean, great GMs. Brett Veach has done a great job to always improve our team. And man, y'all GM just been, boy, he's been hitting home runs. Damn, the whole
finally,
season.
He was all good with the money, but finally got good with
Hey, but he been hitting home runs this whole season. He been hitting home runs. It started with AJ Brown last April. It started with that one, and then it just domino after domino. Y'all just kept getting better. Good coaching, great quarterbacks that literally are pillars of a new era of quarterbacking. I mean, hell, it's two great franchises, man. Honestly, and don't be surprised if you see both of these teams hovering around the Super Bowl atmosphere for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Don't be surprised.
Right.
But hey, obviously being the chief head I am, hopefully we at least, if it's 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, as long as we come out with the dub. I saw y'all little script out there, talking about on the internet. I saw your little script. But
we ain't gonna talk about Juju talking about same from Philly, and we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna leave that where it's at.
Well, I've been to Philly numerous times, and look, I mess with the cheesesteaks, the joint smack, but I was born with a slab of ribs in my mouth, man. Hey, we had barbecue sauce in our bottle. That's what we did in Kansas City. We barbecue, y'all cheesesteak. It's all good. Hey.
Well, hey, so everyone, this is it.
Yep.
This is the end. This is
two best teams.
Two best teams of the season.
The
Number
best,
one,
the best
the
Super Bowl you
stats
see.
match up. Pretty much 50-50. So
And we got Riri. And we got
Oh, we
Riri.
got
we
Riri.
do.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be an exciting game. It's gonna be an exciting halftime show. It's gonna be something great to watch. But I just want to take a few minutes to thank all the reps that came on this season. Whether you were able to do one game, every game, however many games. Without all the people that came together that helped this show happen, we wouldn't have this show. So I really want to thank everybody that was a part of the show. I'd like to give an extra shout out to this guy over here on my side. Been there for me, my co-host. Brought a lot to the show, a lot of things that maybe y'all don't see, but said definitely this show wouldn't have been as great as it was this season without you, man. And I appreciate everybody that's watched the show. And I want y'all to know, be on the lookout because we do have a draft coming up. And we are going to be talking draft on the Matchup Madness. So how can we be a Matchup Madness and not talk draft? How can we not maybe drop a few tidbits on y'all in free agency when some of these moves that we know are going to happens? So just be on the lookout. Obviously next season we're going to ramp it up. Week 1 of the season. And then we're going to ride all the way through as we did this year throughout the season. You'll see some new faces. You'll see some familiar faces. But everybody that you see, we're going to be here to make this madness happen. So, again, appreciate everybody that's watched, everyone that's been a part of the show. Appreciate Sid for being a co-host. Sid, that you have any last thoughts you wanted to give on the season, bro?
Hey, man, I just hope y'all tie this Super Bowl. Nah.
That's that Bronco salt.
Nah.
Oh, damn.
And we ain't got to pick to the 4th round, but we're going to leave that there, 3rd round. But nah, I'm expecting a great game, man. Like y'all said.
Say you a Bronco? You a Bronco?
Yes, sir.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, just real quick. How salty is it seeing all this success from the Chiefs, man?
Hey, but they got Sean Payton.
Y'all was watching us do it for a while, so it's cool. It ain't like we ain't been there. We went there before y'all, so we're gonna let y'all have it. But I mean, I did have one thing to say about that, though. Honestly, so if the Chiefs don't pull this off, do they remove the dynasty conversations from the talks about the Chiefs?
To me, you can't even put the dynasty talks on them. You got to win more than one chip.
Exactly.
I never bought into that dynasty stuff. Look, it's great that we went to 5 straight AFC championships. It's great that Patrick Mahomes, literally in 5 years as he started, ended in the AFC champ. It's good. It's good that this is our 3rd Super Bowl. But damn it, I'm still mad that we didn't have 2 left tackles to get us the 2nd one. I'm still mad. Look, I don't even know what's going to happen Sunday. So it's all good and all to keep having these appearances. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's true. And then,
I just want to say this is what Andy Reid does.
Right. Hey, and then Hurts will have 2 rings, right? Wasn't Hurts there for the last one?
No, he wasn't there for the last one.
He wasn't
there for the last one.
No.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, cool. It's crazy you said something about Andy. All right, so I know we were supposed to end this, but just real quick,
I had to drop that piece of salt.
Yeah,
that was salt.
I pulled it in, so you can go for it.
No, because I'm telling you, because obviously Andy came to us right after y'all fired him 2012, 2013 season.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing well. We had Alex Smith. Actually made Alex Smith look better than what he really was.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously 17, get Mahomes, and started him in 18. And I'm telling you, if he did not make that change, I was already ready to start the petition and be like, all right, Andy, I saw what you did in Philly, player. I mean, look, regular season wins are good. Championship game appearances are good. A couple of Super Bowl appearances is good. But, bruh.
Winning is what matters.
Thank you. Yeah. You got to win it.
I mean, technically, he would have been like that with the Eagles if he would have won that Super Bowl that got snatched by the Patriots. So it would have been the same thing.
The one where they cheated.
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking. That was, Now, he would have had one. He would have had one in Philly, but he got cheated. But yeah.
I still say one in 4 years.
At least Philly got one, though, going into this, so y'all don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't got your jitters out and everything. Y'all should know where to be at.
And that's what's great about this matchup. You got a few players that was on that Philly Super Bowl winning team that can kind of, because you guys got a lot of people that haven't been to this stage. So You got a few people that can say, "Hey, this is what it's like." And then with the Chiefs, we still got good amount of people that was still on that team. Was like, "Hey, this is what it's like. Stay focused." So I think honestly, this might be this month might turn out to be the best Super Bowl we might ever see, dog. They got the
I hope
recipe for
so.
it.
I
They
hope
got the
so. With a
recipe
click
for it.
like
Know what I'm
that.
saying? They got the recipes for it.
It better not be boring. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man,
If it's boring,
no
I'm
doubt.
gonna be very upset.
No doubt.
They better have some good commercials
Yeah,
if
this-
it's boring.
Hey, if all my social media is all of a sudden can't reach, y'all know what happened.
All I got to say is when Philly in the building, we ain't never bored. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Go.
Facts. So yeah,
But
we
yeah,
gotta go ahead.
definitely. Thank you guys. Thank you
Well
guys. It's been
No
real.
doubt.
It's been fun.
Absolutely.
Yes. Catch us
Get ready
tomorrow.
for-
Be elite.
Yes, sir. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna have a little bit more sprinkling of breakdown of the game from a couple of Philadelphia Eagle perspectives, including myself. But I'll be everywhere tomorrow. So if you just wait for you to see me getting tagged, because I got like 4 shows tomorrow. So I'll be around. Be looking for that. And yeah, man, next season, it's gonna be some changes. Y'all gonna love them. We're not gonna talk about them now, but we'll drop some info on those as we get closer to the season.
All right.
But for the whole squad, all 32, and the backups and the extras and the new recruits. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all next season. And the madness is just beginning.
Peace out.